Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Izzuddin bin Tun Ahmad Kamarun. My ID number is 53105118001. My course is Diploma Engineering Technology in Helicopter Maintenance. My title for my final year project is to demonstrate radial engine mockup. So let's go to the next slide. Project background. Radial engines are known to be one of the early piston engines in aviation history. The goal of this project is to help undergraduates get to know better about aviation history. As we all know, radial engines are not common engines in our times now. Those engines were very well known during World War II. Problem statement. During this pandemic, students are required to use online learning. It will make students hard to understand the subject, especially history. The next one is a version of radial engines are not available at workshop. But in workshop, piston engine in Unicalmiat, they had opposed engine. It's not the radial engine. Hence, student will not see the bigger picture on how this engine operated. Project objective. My objective for this project is to deliver the knowledge to undergraduates so they will be able to improvise ideas in current aviation technology to help industry grow even better with help from the lecturers. Literature review. So the literature review here, it will have the discussion for the history and theoretical of several radial engine build. The next one is to introduce various design for radial engine, and the last part for literature review is to introduce latest generation manufacturer company. So let's go to the next slide. Okay, engine operation. So the pistons are connected to the crankshaft with a master and articulating rod assembly. One piston, the uppermost one in the animation, has a master rod with a direct attachment to the crankshaft. The remaining piston pin their connecting rod attachment to ring around the edge of the master rod. Okay, the next part is each cylinder of the row always had an odd number in the radial 4-stroke type. It is possible to maintain and exact each other piston firing order, providing smooth handling. The engine does this when the 4 strokes are finished by 2 crankshaft revolutions. A 9-cylinder radial engine had a firing order of 135792468 and rotated back to cylinder number 1. There is always a 2-piston space between the piston, and the next piston is the power stroke, the fire known as the compression piston. If another even number were used equivalent to 135792468, which means it leaves a 3-piston space between firing piston on the first crankshaft revolution. 5 piston, and on the second crankshaft revolution, just 1 piston difference. This is contributing to an inside the engine irregular firing order which is not optimal. Okay, next slide is radial engine in 1901. Okay, the radial engine in the 1901, there was a man named C.M. Manley. Okay, basically C.M. Manley constructed a water-cooled 5-cylinder radial engine back in 1901. This is a conversion of one of the Stephen Balzer rotary engine for Langley's Aerodrome aircraft. Manley's engine produced 52 horsepower or equal to 39 kilowatt at 950 RPM. Okay, the next slide is the most success for early radial engine. Okay, so basically air-cooled are the most common in radial engine. But one of the best success in the early radial engine era was the Samson 9Z series of 9 cylinders water-cooled radial engine manufactured in large amount during World War I. So there was a picture attached in the slide. The next slide is British Hercules. The Bristol Hercules was a 40-cylinder two-row radial aircraft engine designed by Sir Roy Fedden and produced by the Bristol Engine Company starting in 1939. It used the valve mechanism of sleeve valve. Poppet valve usually come with the entering gas and with a scorching exhaust valve followed by limited compression, plus the octane rating that an engine can make use of it. The Hercules powered a number of aircraft types, including Bristol's own Viewfinder heavy fighter design, although it was more commonly used on bombers. Compared to the engine with regular intake and exhaust valve, the benefit with the sleeve valve design involved total low-cost part, smooth effectiveness, and enhanced fuel economy. The power that it can produce was 1,219 horsepower. Total cylinder were 40 in two-row and air-cooled. The size available was 1,680 pounds. Modern radial. One of the company that manufacture modern radial engine in our generation was called Vedeneyev. This company produced the M-14P radial of 360 to 450 horsepower. It was used on Yakovlev and Sukhoi aerobatic aircraft. The next company is called HCI Aviation, offers R180 powered by 5-cylinder with 75 horsepower and R220 with 110 horsepower powered by 7-cylinder. Okay. The next company called Verna Motor from Czech Republic built several radial engines with the power of 150 horsepower. Methodology. In this chapter, methodology that being used to make sure this project being completed and working will be explained. So let's go to the next slide. Flowchart. So basically this is my flowchart for my project. This is the start. The next step is the choosing and purchasing the proper material for the project. And the next step is to build the project. After the project have been built, it was time to carry out testing. So if yes, it will go to the end. If no, it will go to the end too. So go to the next slide. 3D design. So basically my project mockup will look almost like this, not the real exact one, but similar to this with 7 piston engine, 7-cylinder, assembly case, but I didn't put the propeller. And the counterweight. Counterweight is not similar like this. Probably mine was bigger, slightly bigger. So next slide. The materials and tools I've been using to make the project successful by using cardboard, straw, PVC cover A4, paper tape. The next slide is stapler, hot glue gun, drawing compass, locking utility knife with retractable blade, scissors, long straight ruler, DC motor, battery, and last but not least is the hot melt glue. Okay, the next slide is about manufacturing and assembling process. Okay, the first part to do piston head and connecting rod. So it will become the one piston. The total piston I have to build is 7. So below are the measurement. As you can see here is the piston top view, and this is piston side view. And this is the articulated rod, and this is the master rod. So next slide is, here are the result for the piston. So it has 7 in total. Next slide is about cramping. The left side is the drawing. By using heptagon drawing, cramping was able to be built. On the right side of the slide, cramping above was glued with straw and connected with piston. This picture show that piston already soldered with clamping. Next slide is about counterweight. Okay, the above picture was the diagram for the counterweight, and below picture are the result for counterweight. The next slide is about cylinder part. Okay, the above picture, here is the diagram and here's the result. After the cardboard cutting is done, PVC cover F4 were glued with cardboard parts to make cylinder. Total it needs was 7. But each cylinder require this cutting. One cylinder require at least 3. So 3 times 7 was 21 parts. Next slide is about assembly case. Okay, this is the schematic diagram, which is I using the heptagon drawing, but in bigger size. And here are the result. Okay, platform. For platform cutting, this is the cutting I've done, and here is the result. After the platform cutting is done, it's time to assemble the platform. Okay. After all parts have been assembled, the last part to attach is the DC motor. This DC motor already soldered with compartment filled with battery holder and switch button. Therefore, no further installation needed. Okay, go to the next slide. Okay. So this is my Gantt chart for my final year project, which is here. Week 1 until week 3, I'm looking for supervisor. And week 2 until week 4, title confirmation. Week 3 until week 4, my proposal for my supervisor. And for week 5 until week 17 is my research. And for project assembly, it begins from week 9 until week 14. And literature review, week 7 until week 13. Methodology followed by week 10 until week 14, and result and conclusion until week 16, and the last week of my final year project is week 18 is for presentation day. So here are the result for my project mockup. As you can see here, this is the front view and this is the right view. Video project. So basically I'm going to put my video project after the presentation slide is over. Yes, after the slide is over, I will show the video. Okay, discussion for the result. So number 1, from my observation, the DC motor switch operate in good condition. Number 2 is when first attempt occurs, the piston cannot move smoothly due to the counterweight wrong measurement. This will make engine not working as planned. And the third observation I got is, while making new measurement for counterweight, the error found in cylinder 1, there was a slight obstacle of hardened glue in cylinder 1, which making piston move jaggedly. So, for the second attempt, the procedure was repeated with a new counterweight and cylinder. And the number 4, which is my observation I've got, is the radial engine mockup runs smoothly according to the plan. Conclusion. Okay, this project is meet expectation, which means it was successfully being carried out together up to the making and assembling the cardboard to make radial engine. The second one is it can help students for better understanding. This opportunity is for current aviation students to fill their knowledge and skill with future engine and the historical as well. An engine mockup design which make it easier to understand the engine rather than learning through theoretically. Okay, the last one for the conclusion is this will make easier for lecturers to explain to the student. Hopefully, this mockup will be practical for students in acquiring knowledge for piston engine subject. Okay, recommendation. My recommendation for this project is, the first one is use plywood for more rigidity. Okay, so by purchasing plywood instead of cardboard, it will make the mockup more strong, more rigidity, because multiple attempt by using cardboard will make the strength of the mockup decrease. If you install them and then you got trial and error, so you have to rip it off and then you install it back. So this will reduce the strengthness of the mockup. The second recommendation is by purchasing extra component to be prepared in case of unfortunate event, such as the component being damaged or unable to move after attach. Okay, for my next slide is thank you. Thank you. This is, I think that's all from me. This is my project to demonstrate radial engine mockup. Any question? Okay, after this slide presentation is over, I will presenting you my project video after this. So any question? I think that's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and have a good day.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Izzuddin bin Ahmad Gamarul. I'm from Five Valley. Here is the mockup that I've done for the last 3 months. So come closer. I'm going to show you which part of the component for the engine. So as you can see here, there are this is the cylinder. The total cylinder for this engine is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, as you can see here in the cylinder, this is the piston. All of them got the piston. Okay, so basically the piston was attached with the connecting rod. So here is the connecting rod. Okay, all of them is the same, but only there's one different, which is this one, the middle one, because this is the master rod. Because master rod attached with the clamping, so it's not moving. Unlike other, they are still moving. They are not soldered with the clamping, but with this straw, so they still can moving. So the size for the master rod is slightly longer than the other. So if you can see here, they all actually look the same, because the one is still longer. So the silver part one is the clamping. Okay, this clamping, you have to the front one and the rear. Behind this clamping, this is the counterweight. Okay, so basically the counterweight is support the clamping to help the piston move in its cylinder. But this counterweight powered by DC motor. Okay, here is it. So this is the DC motor that I've been using. This is the rod. So after the rod, okay, this is the platform that I've been built for this engine. Okay, so that's all the walk around I've been show you. So let's see how this thing works. I'm going to switch on the motor. As you can see, all piston moves smoothly in its cylinder. There is no problem at all. So, and the platform working really good alongside with the DC motor and the counterweight. the most important part is the counterweight. Counterweight support all the cramping, powered by DC motor. So I think that's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.